Alright, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to today's stream. I'm joined here with Oli. How you doing, Oli?
I'm doing good, you?
Yeah, good man, good. We're here today to talk about something really exciting. So Oli here has taken down the second Melbourne Planetary qualifier this season for jump to light speed on something a little bit different, Palp1 Data Vault. So really cool to see that Palp is winning a PQ. You're actually the 6th Palp player to take down a PQ, and all 5 have been on yellow. So yeah, let's hear a bit about your spice. I guess starting off, what made you want to pick green first of all, Oli?
So I've been a Palp Blue player for quite a while now, since half of set 2. And I've been very vocal about how Palp Green is the weakest of the Palpatine versions, right? So I've been very vocal about this. I was just like, I'll never play Palp Green, right? And I remember during the last set 3 PQ, there was a Palpatine yellow that did really well at that PQ, and I was very curious about his deck list. And I think that was at the time that there was a lot of Palp1 yellow. They were starting to rise up. You know, it was the most. I think Palp yellow is still the most favored version of Palpatine in a way, which I kind of agree with in the current meta. But why did I choose to? Because I'm the Palp Blue guy, right? I did top in the set 2 PQs. I did top 8 with my Palpatine Blue, and I've been very high on Palpatine Blue for quite a while, especially with the buffs with the new cards in the new set. So why did I change? So 2 weeks ago, on the Discord, we were chatting with other people, and there was a guy in somewhere in France, Geneva, or maybe it's Switzerland. Sorry, Switzerland, Geneva, I think in English it's called Geneva, Switzerland. There's this one random dude that went top 12 or top 16 with a Palpatine Data Vault. And somebody gave me that list and was just like, what do you think about that? And so I looked at the list and I was just like, what is this guy trying to do? So I picked up the list and I went to Carabas and I started playing with it, and I had a whole lot of fun. Drawing an insane amount of cards, doing big damage, and being able to and most importantly of all is being able to control space. Which right now there's so much space aggro with the Han1 greens, the Boba DV, the Boba yellows, and then the Vader 4 yellows, or whichever flavor of Vader you want. There's so much space. Or not even thinking about the pose and the other flavors of space, like the Luke. I think Cody was on Luke 4 Targeting Town, right? And he made the top 8 as well, right?
Yeah. I think he was the only space heavy deck in our top 8, but yeah. But I mean, I think 30% of the floor was Boba 4 DV and Vader 4 some color at the last PQ, which I think that deck, Palpatine Data Vault, is very well positioned against. And the list that was given to me, I've made quite a few changes to it because there are some things on that deck that I do not like. Or cards that I do not like to play much, so I just swap them out for cards that I personally like and that I want to be able to play, and they paid off. Yeah, I can tell this has got Oli written all over it, like having played against your Palp Blue quite a lot. This is pretty much a Palp Blue shell with a couple of key changes. So like I see 3 of Command in there, Enterprising Lackeys, Massamata, pretty much everything that you would see from a double aspect green list. But what are the other key changes that you made to this one? If you can walk through that.
So funny enough, the initial list had Pietz instead of Massamita, so I put Massamita in there because I thought the card draw was just crazy, and if they don't answer Massamita, there's some games that I was drawing 5, 6, 7 cards
every time I played a card, right? Every time I played units, so I was getting crazy draw engine where at one point I had I think 13 or 14 cards in my hand, and I was just like I don't know what to do with all these cards. Like there's way too many cards. Like I'm drawing too much, which is crazy to say, but it was just a thing that happened. I've reduced the number of subjugating starfighters and salacious crumbs of all cards because
Your boy.
I do not. Yeah, I know that salacious crumbs my boy, but I thought 3 of them was too much. I just cut down to 2, and then subjugating starfighter I was not sold on 2, so I went to 1, which I think was the right amount because most of the time I was just gonna resource it. Did not really like that card, and then I've added cards that I really like. So 2 traitorous. The list that was running again, the Palp1 DV was not running any traitorous, and I'm pretty dang high on traitorous, even though in this set it's kind of bad because everybody's running confiscate or fang fighter main deck. I still like traitorous because if you can't answer it, you lose. Well, not you lose, but like you're at a very high disadvantage. I added 1 Agent Callus because I've been running Callus since set 1 really, and I really like Agent Callus. And when Callus pops off, it's crazy. Again, like you can do combos for like Agent Callus is on board, ambushing something, kill a like a Yoda for example, and then you draw a card, but they draw a card, so that becomes like card. Not card advantage, but like it like stabilizes. Yeah, 1 for 1. Then you redraw your card, but then you can do crazy stuff. Where like if you have a Callus out, you can traitorous a Yoda, sack it with Palp1, and then you draw 3 cards because it's 1 from Callus, 1 from Yoda, and 1 from the Palp ability, right? So it goes crazy. I mean, it doesn't happen too often, but like 1 of Callus is just a good card. And then my 61st card, my 51st card, yeah, 51st card is a Relentless because the list does not have a lot of top end. I think there's only 9 top end card in my list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
including
7,
Relentless,
9. Yeah, 9 including Relentless, which is very not a lot in a 60 card deck. So I'm often chasing cards and then again relying on that Masamida early on to either fetch me ramp or fetch me my top end, because with that vault, since I have more cards and then Masamida searches the top 4, it helps me go through my deck to find cards that I need later on or in the current situation. So that really helped off, and to be honest, I could have put anything else, like maybe another Maul or another Vader or another Reinforcement Walker, but I felt that the one-off Relentless would have been useful in a controlled matchup, and it was useful in a few matchups. At one point I faced a Yoda... Sorry, I can't remember. Yoda Green, I think, and it paid off because when I slammed Yoda Green, when I slammed Relentless, it just stopped him, and he didn't have an answer, and then I just controlled the space, and I was swinging for 8 damage, and I was game over at that point.
Yeah. Let's talk sideboard. So I can see you've got 1 Relentless in main, 2nd in sideboard, obviously for that control matchup. But I'm really keen to hear about the decisions on Strike True and Endless Legions in particular. But what's your takes on that?
Yeah, so again, the main list had other cards. So they had Endless Legion, which I left in there for the control matchup. So like, if I'm going into a Yoda or a Kira or something that I know is gonna last for a while, I'm gonna slap in Endless Legion in there because I usually just add cards to my deck at that point. So if I last to 14 resources with that deck, you often go to 12 to like 17 resources.
That's
like
nuts.
you ramp so much. Yeah, it's crazy. You ramp so much, and the game lasts really long. That 14 resources is not crazy. So Endless Legion becomes an out. And then the original list had Dogfight in there.
attack with a unit.
Can't attack bases.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, you should know it because you've played a few times against me with Maul. I still have PTSD from that. But I was not convinced of that card because I wasn't sure how I was gonna use it with my units that are out, right? Because a lot of my units are 3 cost or 3 power or not that much more unless I get to my top end.
You've got 2 overwhelm units as well, and then the only other unit I could see it being useful on is probably Reinforcement Walker in late game. So I understand the decision to take it out.
Yeah, so I took it out and took Strike True because it's cheaper, and what I was worried about is that, again, a lot of people go space, or a lot of people play a lot of unit, right, with Quinlan especially, or any mid-range. I was worried that if they start to spam a lot of units around and I can't deal with them, I'm in a bad spot. And also, let's be real, green, or command, has a lot of bad removal or barely any removal. So Strike True was probably one of the only removal I was like, you know what, if I play on turn 2, like turn 1 Gamoran Retainer, and then they play A-Wing, I claim, and I have a Strike True, guess what, I'll probably Strike True your A-Wing, and I have a 3-2 on the board, and you don't have anything yet anymore, right? Like, you need to play something. So it's just a way to control the board earlier on, or additional removal, which this deck really lacks, to be honest, but that's just the colors.
Yeah, and I think another thing to address as well, like to be honest, I knew you were paying Palp on the day, but I didn't realize it was green until like halfway, and when I realized, I'm like, Oli on an Endless Legions deck. This is not an Endless Legions deck.
It isn't, no.
What was the decision to not make it all about that? Because you had a really good reason on the day.
Oh yeah, it's survive the space aggro. Again, because I was expecting everybody to be on. I was expecting to face a plethora of Boba 4s, a plethora of Vader 4s, and a plethora of Han 1s. Which, with these decks, I don't get to play Endless Legion, so that's why it's in the sideboard. So if that was the case with that deck, I have a lot of my, if you look, a lot of my units have Sentinels, and a lot of my units ambush or kill space really easily, right? So like the Eager, the Black Sun Spider, Sentinel space, Eager Escort, ambush in space, TIE Vanguard, 2 damage to damage units, which hopefully is a space unit. Subjugating
matchup too.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. Or the Han 2 matchup as well, right? Because they cheat stuff and I just kill it for free.
Subjugating Starfighter.
Yeah, so that was a one-off. Again, like, I could probably cut this off, but it's all right. It's all right. I didn't really mind it. I could probably cut it off and go to 60, but when it worked, it worked. But when it didn't work, I just put it down as a resource, and it didn't matter. You draw so many cards anyway that it at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
I can see you, like, if you've got initiative, ambushing to a Falcon, creating the battle droid, sacking the battle droid to ping a damage, and then they can't put Chewie on it. So it works.
Yeah, stuff like that, right? So like, or anything you ambush into a 2/3 space unit, or you ambush into a, what's it called, like a Victor leader, and then you sack something to kill it. It's just basically just another enabler to control space, and especially if you have initiative, you get a free droid to sack, which is great.
Yeah, no, that's really awesome. Perhaps maybe we can chat about the run that you had. So can you walk through the matchups of the day?
Yeah. Game 1, it was Quinlan Tarkington, which is Jazz, which was a local Malvern player, which I'm used to playing. And Quinlan Tarkington is unfavored into Palpatine. I think any versions of Palpatine. And like if I was on Palpatine Blue, it's probably an 8-2 matchup. But with Palpatine Green or Data Vault, whatever it is, I think it's probably like a 7-3 matchup. I think it's a really bad matchup for Quinlan's because they want to play units. They want to discard my hand or do hand destruction and then win the race, right? Where I don't care if you try to kill my hand because I'm drawing so much. and there's been so many instances where they give me the initiative, I pass, and then they play it like Sabine, and then I play Masamida, and then they take the initiative and they can't ping my Masamida to kill it, and then I play like a super laser tech, draw another card, or with mass you can like super laser tech, draw, reveal another super laser tech, and now you double ramp guaranteed. And if they don't kill your Masamida, you keep going off, drawing units and drawing cards and ramping and doing whatever they don't want you to do, and it's just a bad matchup. It's honestly, it's just a bad matchup. Like I've said it multiple times before, and I don't want to jinx it. I've never lost to a Quinlan Tarkentown before with Palpatine, and I don't think it's a good matchup for them. Sorry.
Everyone's got a bad one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. It's like me running into Sabine ECL, right? It's just like, dang, it just sucks. Yeah. It's just like, all right, this is another loss, but that's all right. So that was a 2-1 for me. So good match. We had some good matches. Next match was Anakin Blue, which was a guy from Geelong. Sorry, I don't remember the name. So like a guy from Geelong.
On Shield
Again,
Generator Complex too.
yeah,
Yeah,
and that's not that's not. I think Anakin Blue is not a good matchup for them as well. I think I'm slightly favored into that because it's basically just a mid-range deck. So I think I'm probably 6-4 into that matchup, and it was very one-sided. Went 2-0. Second match was another Geelong guy, which was Han 2 ECL, and that deck caught me off a bit by surprise because I didn't know what the hell Han 2 ECL was. So I'm like, what the hell is Han 2 ECL?
It won a PQ in Melbourne 3 weeks before, and no one knows what it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably it. And then I got caught up by surprise. Like, what's happening here? And they're playing Pose, and they're playing like Wreckers and all that stuff. I'm like, wait, what's happening? But with Palpatine, what's happening is that I think Han 2 is just a bad matchup because they damage their units. And again, I have so many things that can damage units as well, like especially on 3 TIE Vanguard, ping for 2. It's just brutal. And then I sack stuff into their units as well, keeping pinning them. So in the end, like, you can cheat a Poe on 5, but I'll just double ramp and steal it from you. So it doesn't feel like the value is just not there.
Yep.
So I can catch up. Sorry, the value is there, but I can catch up by ramping with the value. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's more fair. So I think I went 2-1 there. Yeah, I think I went 2-1.
2-1. Yep.
Yeah. And then next one was a guy from GA Gaming Arena in Coburg playing Yoda Green, I think.
Yep. Yoda Data Vault.
Yeah, Yoda Data Vault, and this is just a very favorite matchup for me. It's just a long game matchup, long run. What are you gonna do? You need to give me either an home 1 or a Luke. I'll steal it, and then what are you gonna do? You can't do anything, and I win. And then even game 1, that's why I slammed the Relentless game 1. And there's you can't do it. There's not. They have no answers.
You're locked out.
Yeah, you're locked out. Yoda Green doesn't have any answers. So I'm just like, what are you gonna do about this Relentless? You just pack it up, go next game. That's pretty much it, and that's how it is. So yeah, so that was 2-0 as well, I think, and I was not worried about it. Like that. So for example, one of the sideboard that I did there is it's like I took out a lot of like the confiscates. Or that subjugating starfighter, and then I think I took out the tech as no, I didn't take out the tech. I took out what did I take out? Dang, I can't remember, but it doesn't matter, right? But at this point, I bring back Pulp Return, Choose Sides, Relentless, and Endless Legion, and it's just like we're going late game, right? Because I know we're going late game because we're both slow decks, so. I'll most likely get to 14 before them, which I did. I mean, I didn't draw Endless Legion, but I was like, I think when I won, I was on 15 resources where I think I've ramped twice, and then did like command twice as well or something like that. Where it's just like
It's just disgusting.
And suddenly, when they're playing their top end, you're two-siding it with a fucking battle droid or something like that, and you're
Yeah,
taking a
something
home
like
run.
that. Yeah, or I'm just yeah, exactly. Or I'm just sacking anything and taking it with the Palpatine flip. So it's very oppressive for these kind of decks where they don't have the same value when we get to the late game. They have a different type of value where Yoda kills my stuff, but I just steal their stuff, which is very oppressive.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then game 5, that was I did with Sabine CL. Funny enough, friend of the family. So we just
Called it
we
there.
ID'd because because we figured out that there was only 4 of us that was 4-0,
Mm-hmm.
and by IDing we were securing playing either one of the top 2 players, and then we were gonna go top 8 afterwards. So
Mm-hmm.
we just did, which sucks because I'd rather play, but it was just the right move at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Long
So
day.
we
You were
did.
undefeated. It's kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also wanted to eat, so
Yeah.
so I want to eat really. Um, and then next one, that's the one that got me worried a lot, was Andrew on Han Green,
Mm-hmm.
War Turtle, the Discord, Discord owner that was undefeated 5-0 at this time with Han 1 Green, and 2 days earlier on, we were practicing with me and Fletcher at Box Hill, and then he brought his Han Green, and then he somehow figured it out, or he leveled up in front of our eyes with tips from Fletcher, and then he literally leveled up, and then it instantly paid off during the PQ because he went undefeated, and I couldn't believe it because I was like, holy shit, this guy's on fire. And when I sat down in front of Andrew, I could feel it. Like, I was just like, holy smokes, this guy is like, he has the thing, right? Super Saiyan. Like, you sit
Mm.
down, he's just like, he's got that aura around him. I was like, dang, Han Green.
I
And
know. I know what it was. The week prior at the Churnside Showdown, he got beaten by his son on Sabine ECL, and he took that personally.
yeah. So man, he was on fire, and that game was a great game. And we went to time, and to be honest, I don't know who would have got won game 3 because I had a top deck that would have helped me, but I've forgotten what his top deck was. But so like it's just like if his top deck is better than mine, I lose. But like we basically ran to time.
Mm.
Um, and so that was my second. So I was 4-2 at this point, 4-0-2 at this point.
Yep.
So I think I made it to 5th into top 8.
Yep.
And then, funny enough, I ran it. I got paired into Andrew again
Yep.
with Han One Green. And then at this point, I think I was feeling the difference where his draws were really not hot that time. There was a bit. I think with Han One, you can definitely feel the swings of the value of the draws that they get, and like when they get a really good U-wing, man, you feel it.
Mm.
But I think game 1 he did U-wing, and it was basically inconsequential. Like I was just like, I do not care about your U-wing. I still control this board, and I think that if you get there by now, it's just game over. And I think he was having bad draws as well, where like a lot of spells. Well, sorry, a lot of events with like just one Falcon out or something like that. Or it's like he's playing Kira, but like I have like 8 cards in hand, where it's just like you can't. With Kira with like so many cards in hand, is pretty much a dead card at this point because I have so many options. Um, so that was really rough, and then, yeah, 2-0'd him.
Mm-hmm.
That was rough, and then to make it different, I went into the quarterfinals versus a Han 1 Data Vault. Again, another Han 1
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah,
And that was,
really interesting. Against Tristan, who was a top 4 PQ performer in Adelaide.
yeah, with the
Yeah.
same deck, I think. I think it was running the same deck.
I'm pretty sure he was on Data Vault then. I'll have to check.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't see those matches, I think, but I'm pretty sure he did because that deck's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. What was the
But
key difference in the Data Vault version? Because he obviously had to jam more cards in there, but was it any
yeah,
easier?
No,
No.
because no, Andrew's list is different in a way that Tristan is more about space and pilots,
Mm-hmm.
and Andrew is more about going wide and doing hand oppression.
Right.
So I mean, to be honest, they were both bad because like when I Tristan's game, I think they were on stream where game one, I think he beat me very easily, and I have no answer. And then game two, I beat him by the I forget what I forget how to say it, but like by the on death's door. I beat him on like I was on death's door and I beat him really. Where I clawed my way back. And then game three, it was a similar circumstance as with Andrew's game before, where I could feel that his hand were bad because when a Han 1 green's hand is good, on turn 5, you know that they're slamming something on, they're flipping, they're swinging in, and then they're slamming something for 7, and it's going to be good. And I remember Tristan, I think he either whiffed or he played a U-Wing and it was just bad.
It
And I'm like,
happens.
huh. And because it's a gambling deck in a way, you just, gamba. So it's just you gamble to hope to get something great, and I think he whiffed. And at that point, I think it was just downhill from there, where I was able to stabilize, control the board, and just they can't come back. If they whiff, they can't come back,
Mm.
which is really bad. But usually they don't whiff. But yeah, yeah, that last game was really bad for him. If from what I recall, I'm trying to remember, but yeah.
Mm. And then into the finals against Quinlan Tarkentown, a deck that you don't lose into.
Yeah, well, pretty much. So I was talking with Tristan while we were playing, and I was just like, man, who do you think is gonna face who? Because I think it was Quinlan versus Sabine ECL
Yep.
in the other quarterfinals, and I was just like, if Sabine ECL, I hope I lose because you have more chances into it. But it was like, if Quinlan wins, I hope I win because I'm heavily favored in that deck. And funny enough, I've heard that while we were playing game three, that Quinlan had won, Lance.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, holy smokes, I have a chance if I win this. And then I did win, and I was very high confidence going into the finals because it's like, man, Quinlan is just so good for me, or I have a very high chance. I'm very favored. I think, like I said, I think it's a 7-3 for me, in my opinion, with that deck. So I was just like, okay, all I need to do is not fuck up, and I'll be good. And I drew God hands. You can see me. You can see me on stream. I took a photo of all my hands, at that point, and I was just like, these hands are just too good. And like, I'll look at I'll look at my photos of game one. Game one, my hand was Colonel Yularen,
Mm.
Super Laser Tech, Resupply Command. So I'm
That's your
like, man,
opening hand.
that's my
Oh,
opening hand. I'm
wow.
like, man, triple ramp with heal. I'm like, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
And then game 2 and 3, I actually drew a very similar hand, which was Masamida, Super Laser Tech, Command, and Overwhelming Barrage.
You're drawing curves, my man.
Yeah, so I was just like, dude, this hand is sick. I was just like, this hand is just hella good versus Quinlan,
Mm.
and it's ramp, and it's what I want. But if you see the match, game 2, even though I drew a god hand, Lance did exactly what he needed to do and drew what he needed to do, and he went crazy wide. I think he had 6 units on the board at one point, and even though I double ramped and had a Vader out, I couldn't. My overwhelming barrage to kill 2 of his space unit was still not enough to bring me back into the game. Like, he went insanely wide and he got me, and I was just like, yeah, that's what you need to do.
Mm.
That's what you need to do to beat me. Just go crazy wide, and you got it. But then by game 3, I again got hand, and he wasn't able to go wide, and I was controlling the boat so much at this point that it was over.
Mm. Yeah, and shout out to Lance for the run that he had as well. Like another Padawan that we've got in the community, little youngling, and he's taking it that far on a Quinlan Tarkentown. Just is insane.
Yeah, that was
Um,
crazy good.
Yeah, no, look, in summary, awesome run for the day, man. I think you should be incredibly proud. And it was a deck that you only really picked up the week of the PQ. But playing a shell that you've been playing for a while and grinding on, so really like to see that for you, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good, thank you.
So what we'll get into now is we're just going to do a quick BO3 of the final. So I'm on Quinlan Tarkentown. You'll be jamming your deck. So let's get into it. I am by no means a Quinlan player, so let's see how this goes.
Alright.
And you said you're favored, so if I win here, I want your mat.
Alright. Alright, that's alright. That's alright. Let's put it on the line then.
Here we go.
Okay, let me join this.
I'm going to give you the initiative. I don't know if that's the right call, but we'll see.
Quinlan's love to give the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
I kind of wish I didn't.
Man, the sand.
And like another insane thing about Palpatine, right, is that you've got the bomb of being able to steal a unit. So
Yeah.
something that some people forget a lot about.
Yeah, I rely on that quite heavily to be able to. I mean, it's just a major swing. It's a major tempo swing, right? When that happens.
Mm.
Man, that really hurts. That super laser tech. I needed that. That's all right. But yeah, I think in my opinion, Palpatine is the quintessential control deck. Like is the best. Is the best of the control decks.
For sure.
Alright, I'm a bit worried now because I'm not drawing my early game, so let's see what happens.
Let's drop that down. Oh.
Man, yeah. Alright.
Naming Merciless.
Oh, okay, you're gonna let me ramp?
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you very well. Thank you very much. I mean, otherwise I was gonna play Merciless, but yeah, that's alright. It's one or the other, really.
I'm happy having my units on the board if you ramp.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even now, like, it's not great. Oh, dude, I hate that card so much.
I'm not sure how good of a Quinlan deck this is. This is one that I had been repping kind of mid-set. But
yeah.
It seems like it's going alright.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Man, what did it pass, though? I didn't even pass on that, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's alright. So here now, like, you see that you have 2 units on the board.
Yeah.
But my hand is pretty dang fire, so I'm not even worried about it. So I'm like, huh, what can I do here to make you sad? Or how do I come back, right? So I'm like, I'm probably doing Maul. Yeah. I'm taking a Quinlan out, and that's fine. I'm giving away my Maul for free. But I think I'm... On 3 cards, I don't think there's nothing much you can do to develop the board that's gonna get me messed up. If anything, I take, what, 5 to 7, 8, 9 damage, and I'm still on 10 life. So, at this point, I'm very high confidence.
Even with the damage difference?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Okay, well, there you go. Let's find out. Cause I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah, so you're going wide now.
Yeah, cause I got my top end, which I needed. Which if I can click, probably kill the force one.
Yeah.
Even though Kira in the lore is a Force adept as well.
Not at this point.
Well, yeah, probably not at this point. That's true. Yeah.
Uh,
When does she become a mole? Oh, that's later, actually. Never mind.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not giving you this. Yeah, I'll flip.
Yeah.
So, unless you get crate.
Well, I'm not running crate in this list. It would be nice if I knew
There you go.
players ran that.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, actually, that's what's something that when I was reading the finals list, I think there was no control hate card there, which is alright because, you know, they're mostly very good into mid-range and aggro. And from memory, I think I think I even looked on stream. I was looking for what the hell is shadowed. What's the name of that card again? Shadowed something? Like it's a tank. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the 5/3 Sentinel red card that was in the sideboard. I was like, what the hell is that? And I was looking at trying to figure out what the hell that was. And yeah, there was no control matchup cards, which yeah, I don't know. I mean, except for crate, I don't know what else you would add to this, but yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, now I'm healing with you, Lauren. Like, I'm healing with you, Lauren. I'm making battle droids. I'm having sentinels. Like, I think it's just a bad time for you at this point.
Yeah, you're far too wide for me at this point.
Yeah, like... So, one card I was considering afterwards, which was too late, but I was just like, man, maybe I should put one Unity of Purpose in my deck.
Yeah? Yeah,
Because right now, dude, Unity of Purpose would be great. All my cards would be 5/5/5/5, and I basically just instantly kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, Unity, you'd be winning this round.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about that, about how to work that in there, but maybe it's just a sideboard card. I'm thinking of getting a choose side out and then putting a Unity of Purpose in, I guess.
I can see how this runs. This is such a late game deck. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Even playing against you, I felt so confident up until that flip turn, and ever since then I've had no board, and you've just pretty much swung everything you've got at me in 3 turns, and it's GG.
Yeah, because look, even now, look, yeah, I'll take that, and then I'll kill that, and then I'll make more dudes, and I'll heal.
And
like,
you'll
I can't
heal.
kill you, obviously, but like, it's just like, I have 6 units, no, 7 units, and you got nothing, and then I keep drawing. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
gas.
Yeah.
Gas. Game 2. Not feeling so confident now.
Yeah, so now I'm basically getting rid of my Devastators and my top end, and bringing in Strike True. Really. If I had a Unity of Purpose, I would probably bring it in. But I'm getting rid of that, and I'm getting rid of my Confiscates. Because from what I remember, there's no upgrades in there. From memory, I can't recall. Yeah, I can't recall if there was actually. Oh, was that?
Yeah, I didn't play it, but yeah, Quinlan would run a hot shot. I don't think he runs anything else.
Yeah, I think because I played yesterday at Malvern, and I had a Palp returns in my main deck and no confiscates, so I think I took the confiscates out and put one Palp return in, just in case to give me more late game. Yeah. So now I have even more answers to early aggro and survival, really. If I can resource, if this game's gonna let me resource.
I think the way that I've got to just play this now is just complete aggro. I don't think I can get there, but I might. Don't think I need that.
it to you. I'll give you the initiative.
Yeah.
Oh.
That one can go down.
Damn, I didn't think I was gonna draw that. Price right, yeah.
Yeah.
Leave on top, yeah. I think I'll do that.
Yep.
You're one. Oh, force throw, eh? Okay.
I'm not dealing damage to your super laser technician.
Yeah, that's alright. Okay, unclaim. Dang, I wish I had that Salacious though, but. Okay, actually, sorry, let me just back up.
What
Oh, no,
play would
1-5. Okay,
what play
yeah.
would be better than trading with that Sabine?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering, I was like, how many resources we in? I was like, oh, 7-5. It's like, yeah, that's Quinlan flip turn. That's all that. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh.
Yep.
Alright, you'd probably left a Vader for me.
I
If you
wish.
discarded a Maul and an OB.
I'll pass. Oh, I shouldn't pass, actually. Fuck, that's pretty bad. Yeah! I just realized I'm opening myself to another force throw. Oh, well,
Yeah.
if you have it, you have it. Whatever, I'll just pass again.
You're gonna
It's
pass
another
again.
ball! Yeah. I had 2 malls. But like now I'm a bit worried. Oh, you claim you don't want to talk in town here?
Nah.
Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter because now I'm a bit worried because that's
See,
where
I'm gonna claim and
uh,
then Tarkin Town, so I don't give you the initiative.
I forgot the resource.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. Alright, can we take this back?
Yeah.
Yeah, take it. How do we do the round?
I got you.
I click pass. I click pass instead of resourcing.
We've got previous round regroup or last round regroup. I think we need to go to last round regroup.
No, I think this is alright. This should be the good state.
But you haven't resourced here.
No, but then oh, yeah, it's a current round, I think.
Hang on. Okay, here we go.
Good. Yes. Because otherwise, obviously, I want to go to 8. So now I pass.
Oh.
Holy moly. But that's alright. Like, I can still play it regardless.
You can play it.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, since I'm not dead, I feel this is the comeback arc, right? I'm like, well, I can get your stuff, kill your stuff,
Yeah.
and then I'll just play stuff. And now I have the board, and you don't have the. And now it's your problem to deal with all the shenanigans, and you don't really have big attacking units. Like Plo Koon doesn't really take care of this. Like, what's a big unit? Han Solo maybe, like, doesn't even kill Palpatine. There's a lot of struggle. There's a lot of struggle here. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, Palpatine's probably the biggest bomb that I want to get rid of right now.
Yeah. So I'll give it up to you, cause there, I want to draw cards.
Yeah.
So like, even though I killed my board, I drew basically an extra card, which I'm pretty happy with.
Yep. Makes sense to me. I think I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
Was that smuggle? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. That. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. I'm in a point where I have too many options.
That's scary because you've got 2 cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, just when
No.
I was feeling good about this again.
Huh. My one-off Palp1 returns.
Yeah.
Easy.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, it's really hard for Quinlan. It's a very oppressive matchup.
What I'm feeling like as well is that you are a late game deck and Quinlan has nothing above Han Solo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
So
it's a late game deck versus not a late game deck.
yeah. And they don't have a lot of answers. Even if you have like Crate Dragon, for example, or some other shenanigans, I can have an answer. Like for example, I can just steal it with Palpatine, or I can like merciless it, or I can sometimes OB it, or I can even command it.
Hmm.
Because it's a non-unique creature, so I can just command the Crate Dragon. Wait, what the hell happened?
Quinlan Ping killed it.
Oh dang. Okay. Well, that was a misplay then.
Removal from me. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Dang, I totally misplayed that then. Alright. Okay. Alright, because this is dying. Oh, it's super dying.
I forgot about the Sentinel. That's a misplay from me.
Or you can take it back if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because here I just go, I do this. And you have to kill my Yularen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do this.
And then I do this.
Ah! Holy moly, dude. Oh, wait, it gets back to my hand. Wait, how many resources you on? Yeah, I'll just take it again.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't know, and I thought I just drew it. Damn, this 2 in a row. I was just like 2 in a row. This is pretty good.
I'm used to seeing Bamboozle defeat pilots. I forgot about the traders.
Alright, and then just claim. Yeah, there it is.
And there it is, GG.
As he did.
Yeah, man. Again, in this matchup, it's super oppressive. Like, again, I felt pretty good in that early game, but it didn't have the answers to take you like plus 30 HP, which is a problem
Yeah.
with any 25 health base against Data Vault right now, right?
Yeah.
But then yeah, as soon as that flip turn came, you just stripped my board and kept it that way. Like I even tried going wide again, it did nothing for me.
Yeah, and especially if I curve like the hands that I was telling you about before, like Maz into a super laser attack into a command. I didn't even draw command these 2 games, but like if I do go like Maz or Poggle into a super laser attack into a command and then into like a Vader or Maul, there's no way you can come back from that unless you can go wide, like really wide, because I'm probably getting some of your board before you are, and if anything, I'm doing overwhelming barrage, cleaning you up, and then I'll steal your board. It's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard. But Quinlan is like the best Probably mid-range slash aggro killer right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it just loses really badly versus Palpatine, which nobody else is really playing. I think there was. Was I the only Palpatine at that tournament?
I'm pretty sure you were the only. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so like Palpatine's pretty gone. There's still Brian, another Melbourne player that plays
There
it
was
in blue
one
still.
Palpatine at Gaming Arena too, and I'm pretty sure it was Brian.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Brian. Yeah, and he did top 8 with blue too, which is
Yeah.
pretty impressive. But yeah,
Yeah. Ah, cool. Well, look, awesome. I really appreciate your time, man, and thank you for the games. Once again, congrats on the run. You did awesome, and should be super happy with the results.
no problem, man. Yeah, I'm really happy about it, and yeah, thank you very much.
No worries at all. Thank you, Ollie. Take care.